Hey everybody, this is Dr. David Evans in the PIC TV network. We're so excited for all of you who are watching right now. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule. We have Keith Wonderboy Johnson on for us on the broadcast, world renowned
Yeah.
music artist, stellar award artist, number one around the world. We love him, everybody. My main man, Isaiah Thomas, my godson, he got him on tonight. And I'm gonna let them do a lot of rapping and talking, and I'm just gonna hang out with them, So Donnell, come on, son, bring your boy Keith on.
But we're so blessed, Dr. Evans, to be here live on the PIC TV network with the one and only Keith Wonderboy. Now, I stopped counting the Stellas after about 15 or 16. So I don't even know how many Stella Awards this guy has gotten. All I know is that every time they called my name, they had to call his name. He had to get his Stella Award too. So I mean, if I got 2 or 3 Stellas, he might be at 10 or 15. I don't know. But we're so blessed. We're so grateful to have him here live with us. This guy is incredible. He's anointed. He's gifted, but he's also down to earth, and that's what I love about him so much. Man, he sang for me at my first Stella Award service in, I believe, 2008 or 2007, and we've been brothers ever since. So, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Keith Wonderboy Johnson.
What up, Dr. Isaiah?
How you feeling?
Man, I'm great, man. I'm just blessed, Doc. I woke up this morning and I was breathing, man. That's a blessing.
Keith, I want you to
know, people dying today that ain't ever died before.
That is absolutely right, Keith. I want you to tell Keith. I want you to tell the people that may be looking at the first time. How long have you been singing? I know you've been singing for a long time. Tell them how long. How did you get started singing? And how long have you been singing?
Man, I started singing. My dad started me singing at the age of 5. I was in kindergarten. And
wow.
Next month, I'll be turning 49.
Good gracious. That's a long time, man.
Yeah, man. My dad was one of those spiritual Joe Jacksons, man. I started singing in a group with my dad and my uncles at 5 years old. And my dad was, he invested a lot in me. Then he took my my kindergarten picture that my mother had gave him. My dad owned a barbershop, so he didn't take it and just put it up, like my picture of my son. He blew my picture up, and then my nickname was the Little Wonder Boy. Then my dad copied him. He used to be selling them things at the show.
Wow, that is incredible.
That was my humble beginning, man.
That is incredible, man. I know I've been a fan of your music forever. I've always wondered, how did you ever get into? Was it your dad that got you into this industry? How did you ever make the decision? I'm going to start cutting records. I'm going to start a group. How did that happen?
My dad brought me into. I was born into the quartet market, man. I came out my mama womb saying, "Can I get a witness and shake my hand?" Man. But literally, my dad and his brothers were from South Carolina. Then they moved to New York, and they started the group in New York. So they were singing before I was even born. So then after I was born, I was be following my dad all the time, and I was just concerned about all I cared about was playing the drums. And so by the time I was 4, I was playing drums in the church. So I was a church drummer by the time I was 4. So then my dad, me and my little cousin used to get together and sing. So my dad saw it was like, he might have something, because I used to just like imitate what I see and hear. And
Mhm.
I used to my dad would like his barbershop. He was like friends with like, you know, Five Blind Boys, Mighty Clouds of Joy, Willie Neal Johnson.
Mhm.
So the actual first song I ever sung was "Jesus, You've Been Good to Me," and because
Mm.
Willie Neal and my father were actually personal friends. So
Gotcha.
my father saw that, my dad was like, and then at that time, it was real popular for a little boy to sing with, you know, with the quartet group.
Right.
So my dad brought me to rehearsal, and we learned one song. My first song I was singing was the little church song, "God's Not Dead, He's Still Alive." So
Mm.
then I went around doing that for a little while, and then the Clouds came, the Mighty Clouds of Joy came to town, and my dad and then Johnny Martin, who was the manager and Joe Gunn lead singer, saw me, and they took my dad to the side, and he was like, "Your son got something. You got something special. So we need to be different." Because at
I
that
see.
time, all the little boys, they would call them Little and whatever their first name was, and then it'd be the group. So then they came up with the nickname Little Wonder Boy.
Uh-huh.
And I was just in the group ever since then.
Wow. Wow. That's extraordinary. So you started off, you come out of New York. Can you tell me when you first started singing? Well, I really want to know, Keith, when did you have that moment that you realized I can sing? Because for me, and I don't profess to be a great singer, but I know I was in the studio and the guy that was supposed to lead the song, he never showed up. So when he didn't show up, the engineer says, "Well, Isaiah, you should try it." And I've been singing ever since. When was that moment for you when you knew, okay, this is what I know I need to be doing?
Yeah, I knew I was different at a very young age. Crazy not, first grade. I was in the
Wow.
studio and I knew what was going on, but I still ain't going to none. Then when it was my first recording, man, am I dating myself? My first recording was a 45, Isaiah. And I was singing
Whoa.
that song, God's Not Dead. So I started noticing how like all these people would come up to me, shaking my hand and, you know, doing all this. So we had show and tell in school.
Okay.
And I remember bringing my 45 to school and was like,
Mm.
I made a record. And so
Uh-huh.
some of the students didn't believe me. So, you know, my teacher went to the room that they had a little equipment in and played it for the whole class. And they were like, wow. And then I remember by this time, like, I think I might have been like the second grade by then.
Okay.
And she remembered that, man. And I remember I sung at the show. I had fell asleep. And Shirley Caesar specifically told me, go and get him.
Wow.
My dad was like, he's somewhere asleep. You know, because it was long. You know how the New York shows be, it be long. And I remember coming on that bus, and that same picture that was my kindergarten picture. I remember waking up and signing the picture for Shirley Caesar, and she prayed with me. She prayed for me on that bus, and she said, "Lord, bless him, because he's gonna be somebody."
Wow.
And
Incredible.
I was like in the second grade then.
Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. I want to go, I want to move on. Just want to talk about a little bit because one thing I've noticed about you, Keith, when I was around you, I noticed your extreme work ethic. And when I say that, Keith came, did a concert for me. He sang. He sang. I thought it was his last time the way he was singing. And then got himself together, changed his clothes, and had to go right, get on the road. I remember you had to go to a whole nother city and do a whole nother concert same day. Was that work ethic placed in you as a young boy from your father? being around your dad, being around them guys, and kind of stay with you? Because that's not everybody don't have that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it comes definitely from my dad. I get all that from my dad, and then some of it, you know, it when you're around it, then it becomes part of you. So I literally remember I was not your average kid. I used to go out and play. I played sports and all like that. But sometimes when my parents bought me a drum set, it was over. So I used to be down in the basement. They had me and my brother and them. We the boys stayed in the basement.
Okay.
So I used to literally how I used to play with myself. I used to play the drums, then I would take the drums down and put them on my bed and then pretend that I'm on the bus going to the next city.
Whoa!
So as a little kid, I used to like pretend like I was on tour then. So,
Wow.
so it was really like in me since I was a little kid. And then I would just have different things to be exposed to that. Like, especially when it comes to like the quartet groups, I got a chance to meet all of them when I was like a little boy. From,
I see.
Shirley Caesar, Dorothy Norwood, Mighty Clouds of Joy, Riverdale Johnson, Clarence Fountain, the Blind Boys, Dixon Hummingbirds.
Yeah.
That era, the majority of all the big names, I met them. And then my dad was friends with like the big promoters and all that and all like that. So it was just really in me. And then, I saw a few things. Then I know when I met I met KC, man. It was like he was about 2 years older than me, man. So he was
Wow.
like 12. And I was just blown away, man. He used to
Wow.
kill us.
Uh-huh. KC, yes, sir. I remember.
Open up because the promoter in there, his name was Big Dad, and he used to literally have a kid show and be all kids that that was singing and all like that. So we used to open up the show, but the headliners used to be KC when he was little Cedric and Tutu from the True Decks. So that just, what I'm saying, that blew me away.
And a lot of people don't know, but KC later started a group called Jodeci.
Right.
Him and his folks, and they started Jodeci, the big R&B group Jodeci.
Yeah.
That was KC. That was Little Cedric.
But a lot of them, a lot of that era, along with me, a lot of them sung quartet.
Yeah.
Chauncey from Blackstreet.
Chauncey, all of them.
Yeah, that's
quartet singers.
That's Doc McKenzie's nephew. Who else? Dave Hollister, Coco from SWV.
Yeah.
Faith Evans. I remember seeing all of them when we was little.
Wow.
You ain't gonna believe this. You ever heard of the Three Tenors? Those guys, they sing like opera or whatever.
Yeah.
The guy Victor Cook, he sung the soprano. We used to call him Trini. He used to be at the quartet shows. He used to sing a solo.
What?
Back then in New York, Doc. And
wow.
Then we go to Jersey. Jaheim, he used to sing solos.
I hear artists all over the country, Keith, tell me that their beginnings and their roots came not just in church, but on the quartet scene.
Yeah.
And a lot of their families, they grew up singing with their families on the quartet scene. That's how they got their start.
Yeah. I love watching history and stuff. I just learned this week when I saw this documentary, the three lead singers. Everybody that was a bad joker from the Temptations, all of them sung quartet.
Wow.
David Ruffin, Eddie Hendricks, Dennis Edwards, Ollie Woodson, all of them sung quartet.
I'm gonna tell you, you know what, Keith? When I was growing up, I grew up in the Bible Way Church because my dad was a minister in the Bible Way Church, and Bible Way was key for bringing famous quartet groups in concert. And one group really stood out was the Sensational Nightingales.
Oh yeah,
and they would come every year, and I would be so mesmerized. And I would be mesmerized by different, like. most people would be the singing, but for me, it was when they all came in with the same suit on.
Yep.
Then everybody had on. If they was wearing shark skin, everybody had on shark skin.
They were
Then,
known as the Four Gentlemen of Quartet.
that's right. And I grew up on that, man. It was like at some point, it was every young person's dream to be in a quartet group.
Yeah, man.
That's just reality. You know, uh, Keith. While I got you, and I know you're very busy. I'm not gonna hold you too long, but I want you to talk to for a minute the new age artists, and when I say the new age artists, the new group of era that's coming that really don't understand one how hard you have to work,
Yeah.
how you have to a lot of times. I don't want to be the one to say it. I want you to tell us some of the things that you've had to do, even though you've been signed to a label. You've had it all.
Right.
You've been to the mountaintop as an artist to really stay alive in this industry. What are some of the things that you've had to do?
You got to learn the business, man. You must. That's the key thing is now to learn the business. Learn to know what it means in the terminologies in these contracts. Then first, get you a lawyer that know the business.
Yeah.
Don't get a real estate lawyer to read your contract. You gotta
You preach it, Doc.
You need to get an entertainment lawyer that know it. And then that lawyer need to have it's even better if y'all have a little personal connection. That way he ain't gonna let you get, you know what I'm saying, get ran over. So, I was always that type of person. I started reading them fine prints, even being with a major label. They don't matter. They like, okay, they just charging it to you. And you gotta pay all that back.
Say it again.
Yeah, you gotta pay all that back before you see it down. So by the time we met, I'll be like, yo, hold on. Don't get me no round trip first class ticket to DC. Well, I gotta go to Bobby Jones to sing. All right, I'm in New York. That's in Washington, DC. Hey man, by the time they get the ticket, all that room, all that, man, that's $2,500 on your bill that you got. I'm like, man, don't charge me that. Give me that money. I get there. Don't worry about it.
That's good.
I would drive.
That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff.
I would drive home. I remember I came to DC and did when Kathy Hughes, when they was like opening up those the new Radio 1 stations and they was doing those mix events. I did the one in DC. And it was me and Lonnie Adams, right? And then Keith Sweat, Rolls Royce, Frankie Bear, all of them was there. So man, they had me in this high Marriott. Then I was flying first class. I wanted to go home, man. I was a new father.
Yeah.
I had already knew because I went to UMES. So I knew they had them PATH buses going, man. I got out there first. I got on the bus and went home, Doc.
And I know you telling the truth because I know you.
The key thing, everybody ain't like that. My main thing, as long as I get there, hey man, I don't need no gold plane. A gold plane now. As long as I get there, man.
But Keith, you'd be surprised what these cats are asking for nowadays. I know some people won't sing if they don't have a certain type of water.
Yeah.
If they don't have a certain type of fruit when they get off the plane. But we didn't have those luxuries like that. And sometimes we were grateful if they had food for us. I think that this new era sometimes have kind of missed the boat in terms of why are we doing this?
Yeah, those today, tomorrow stars. They be hitting today, be gone tomorrow.
Be gone tomorrow. And that's important, Keith, because there has to be something said to your longevity.
Oh yeah.
There's a reason why you are still out here doing your thing in such a big way, and you've been doing it so long. That has to say something about your character.
Yeah, man. I bet this year makes 26 years as a national artist. I put in 20 years being a local artist, and what a lot of artists, they get mad when somebody call them local. Local is what you are. That means you sing in your home area. Local don't mean you're non-professional.
Right.
Now, my dad taught us to be local but professional. So at that time, we were known as the top local quartet group. So I got stuff on my resume. I did that as a local artist before I got a national song.
Wow. Say that. Say that again.
I sung at the Apollo before when I was a local artist. I sung at Carnegie Hall when I was a local artist.
Oh, that's good.
Cover of a book when I was a local artist. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that the new generation, not all of them, they don't, they're not understanding. This is not a microwave. It's not the microwave era. It's all on God's timing, but he put timing for a reason. You got to learn why you there.
That's good.
And I tell people from my generation, after everybody, nobody, they might be overnight to you, but they anybody you name, man, especially I can tell you the ones that come up with me.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've been from, there's nobody that came out of nowhere, man. I can remember, you know what I'm saying? I can remember going to Chicago, and Deshaun Mitchell was the praise and worship leader at Larry Trotter's.
Yeah.
And Deshaun Mitchell was the one to come, meet me at the car, lead me in the church, did everything. Like, he served.
Yeah.
They did before he got,
Say it again, Keith. Say it again.
Jason Nelson, you know what I'm saying? All these people in your area, in my area, I got to remember, I remember them from, and they say the same thing about me.
Yeah.
I remember Keith from when we was, so they just took all these guys I know, before they was, nobody to come out that. That's one thing I think the young generation, man.
Yeah.
They don't get it.
They don't put their time, they're not willing to put the time in.
Yep.
And they're not willing to work in a local assembly and then regional, and then they want to go from their house all the way to a national platform. And
Right.
it just doesn't work that way.
It don't work like that. Like, you look at it. For example, I'm a sportsman. So look at the NBA. When the NBA changed the rules and it started letting the kids come from high school straight to the pros. Yeah, you had maybe 3 or 4 that wind up being good. But how about the hundreds that just because the NBA, they thought their life was set. You look at the 4 success stories, but you don't count those them 500 that it went to the left.
That's so true. That's so true. I think that artists like yourself that have done it got to tell these cats, man, there's nothing wrong with being a praise and worship leader in your church.
No.
Being faithful and serving in your church, and then let God open the door for you.
Blessings come from serving, man. Then
Wow.
you don't have to worry about when the Lord bless your platform. Then you know how to act when you get to that platform.
Woo! You preaching now, Doc.
You know out there how many people we know, they came out of the blue, but when they got to that platform, they made a mess because they didn't have no training. They didn't know what to do.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
So
that's good.
I feel if you got the training, all you got to do. So once I took it, so because that was my dad, so I was connected to him.
Yeah.
So my beginning, my dad handled all the business and everything. So then once I got like 21, I told my dad, I said, listen, man, I want, you've been doing this a while, and I see more for us, and we're going to start, we're going to do things a little different.
Yeah.
And I remember my dad was like, at first he could have blocked me, because then I told him, I said, listen, I got an ultimatum for you. I got an R&B group that my god brother was the lead singer, and they had an opening. And the manager knew I could sing, so I was like, I don't want to go with this R&B group, but I'm about to be like everybody else. So my father was like, all right, let's switch some stuff up. Then I started practicing doing things right. So I was like, no, I'm not changing nothing. If we've been singing for you for $300 when my dad was trying, but this time I'm gonna send you a contract, and I need 100 of that 300.
Yeah.
Before I get there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll be honest, man, I had people look at home looking at me like I was crazy. But I was practicing. That means when the Lord bless, all you got to do is change the numbers. All you got to do is erase 300 and put some more zeros on it. That's it.
Yeah. Okay, Keith, let me ask you this, man. I gotta ask you this because you are my top 5 favorite artists of all time. Your music is your music reaches the soul. And I just want to briefly ask you this. One of my most favorite songs, and plus my wife will tell you, one song that got me when my dad passed was "I Never Would Have Made It Without You in My Life." And I would play it so much. My wife said, "Can you please cut that off? You're gonna run it. You're gonna burn it." Because I couldn't stop playing it because your music really reaches to the heart of a person. And I always said this: anytime you play a song and it makes you think, that's a powerful song. Anytime you can play a record and you start reflecting over your life, and it makes you start thinking, that's a powerful song. And so I wanted to ask you, where did you get your inspiration? How do you determine this song is for me? Nah, this ain't for me. I like this one. I can work this one. How do you decide what songs work for Keith Wonderboy?
Well, I'm a little split up because I'm really like a gospel musical mutt, man. I'm a mixed breed. I got this part of me is just a straight church boy. Then the other side is, I love quartet, but I love all aspects of gospel music and a lot of other music too. So the first thing is when you can touch that heart, man, that changes a lot with me. So my dad used to always teach us you can't expect your audience to feel something that you don't. So with me that was what was key to the most of that with my music. And when when somebody play me something and it instantly make me want to like one of your songs, I called you immediately. I said, that's the one.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah.
Then, like I said, man, it's just, to me, that's real ministry.
Yeah.
Ministry is when you can encourage the lost, but also when you can encourage your brethren or your sister. That's real ministry, man.
That's so true, man. Well, you're doing that. You've been doing it, and I know you're gonna keep on doing it, Keith. We're grateful, man, that you just took some time out and you really ministered tonight. I think Dr. Evans, God bless you, Dr. Evans. We're so glad that that you're here with us, and I don't know, are we going to go to one of his songs now, or how you want to do it?
Let me see if I can get. I hear a little music battle coming up in here, man. A little music battle, man. So one of my favorite songs I would listen to today riding home, man. I'm gonna put it on listening mode, and we're gonna comment after this. This blessed me. Let me get. Let me get. Okay, Donna. Wanna be right. You see me singing, I just wanna be right there. When you see me testifying, I just wanna be right there. When you see me giving God the praise, I just wanna be right there. When you see me worshiping, I just wanna be right there. I just wanna be right there. I wanna be right. I just wanna be right. When you hear me say right. You know, I was listening to this all day. I mean, coming home, man, it is just like blessed me. I was like, I can't believe Keith Wonderboy Johnson is coming on our network, man. And this song, I don't care how bad you feel when you turn this on. I just want to be right.
Yeah,
man. I think I played it about 25 times, man. I love it. And then the keyboard done, because you're a keyboard player, man. You hear how the hell those boards coming in there, man?
yeah,
I
man.
mean, it's beautiful. Well, so Keith, this is, man, I mean, millions of people are listening to you around the world, man, on our network. And we're just so blessed, man, because your music has blessed people down through the years. And I wanted to thank you for being so nice, man. I met you at the Bobby Jones Gospel recording at BET in DC. Man, you was just down the home, man. You was like the brother next door, man, hugging me, man. You know, carrying me by and taking pictures with me, man. Didn't even know me, but I felt like so much love from you, man.
Yeah.
Well, I remember because it was a time, you know, I always say I experienced both sides of it. You know what I'm saying? I thank God for the elevation of my ministry. But, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was around 20 years in New York just getting in the room. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I know what it is. My god brother, I was going around roadieing for you might not, they don't know what that is. But I was the roadie for my god brother's R&B group, and I remember going to a Sony event. Man, I know I was the brokest dude in there, man. Then I was driving this Honda, and I had just got into an accident, man. So when the event was over, I was parked in the parking lot. Man, they would bring everybody's car to the front. I was like, nah, I just waited for everybody to leave. But see, I remember, you know, I know what it is. God's just been good to me, man. I know what it is to have a couple coins in my pocket, but I know what it is too for my bank account to be on negative $22.30.
Yeah, yeah. And I think when you have those ups and downs, it builds character, so that when God do bless you, you don't change. And that's one thing about you, Keith. You've been consistent down through the years. You've always been the same, and that's what I can appreciate. Because you know how
blessed.
it is.
I came around, besides my dad, man, I had some of the OGs take me under their wing, man. Like, you know, the late, great Pastor Timothy Wright. I learned that by going around with him. He used to show, to make sure everybody in his camp is humble. He used to go out into the audience and just pass the mic around, just to show the people with him that you're blessed to be with me, but don't get too big, because there's always somebody in the audience looking at you that can do your job better than you if they got the opportunity.
That's right. That is so true. That is so true. And you're right. Pastor Timothy Wright will do that in a minute.
Yep. So,
keep you humble.
Yeah, man. I learned that. That's the way.
It's funny you said that because what DC had a way of humbling musicians too. Now, I don't really see it happening today because musicians today are so sensitive that you say something wrong, they cut the organ off and leave. But when I was coming up, if you started smelling yourself and you started acting a certain way, another musician will come in and slide you right off the organ while you're playing.
Yeah.
While you're playing, they put their hands where your hands was and slide you right off the organ. And it's humiliating, but it teaches you. Don't ever think you're the only one that can do that.
Yes, sir. Because I came up with musical pastors that besides preach, they could play too. So why they preaching and open, they'll say, you ain't playing that right. Slide over and let me show you. But like for example, before he was pastor, Timothy Wright was the musical director, the musical minister of music at the World Washington Temple.
He was.
So all these guys, they play themselves. So they be like, yo. Then they kept you humble because if they don't know how to play it themselves, they knew somebody who can.
That's right. That's one thing about it. When we were coming up in DC, man, we were blessed to have so many musicians, organists, man, pianos, man, the Ricky Paynes and the Steve Lawrence. That if you act like couldn't nobody tell you nothing, they would just erase you just like that. You'd be done, and you wouldn't be used again. And it really taught us character. It taught us character. Taught us how to remain humble. Taught us how to continue to have the attitude of serving, and then you continue to learn.
Yeah. The Lord has never left me alone, man. Anytime I got with a dude that thought, I couldn't make it without him, the Lord always send me a replacement every time.
Yes, sir.
Every time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's and I think we need more of that. And when I say the young cats, I'm not talking about everybody, but there are cats out here that you can't hardly tell them nothing. It was more community based when I was coming up. And everybody
learned now, bro.
Yeah, I know, man.
And it ain't just with the artists; it's in the church too.
You're right. In the church,
they trying to keep the musician happy. Nah, yo.
Yeah, I got guys that try to charge me an arm and a leg, and they can't even sit down and play a hymn.
Exactly. But now that this new world, as modern technology go, they're making these tracks.
Yeah. You better watch out.
I've been to more than one church, but one church actually he used to be a drummer for a quartet group, and he became a pastor. So years later, I finally came as pastor. He this was his 5th year celebration. So when I got there, the congregation was just zoning out, and I was just like, "Wow, what's such love?" He said, "I'm gonna go and tell you a secret." He said, "Man, when we first started, you was the choir the first 3 years."
Wow.
you know when they was okay, we're gonna have a song from the choir.
Yeah.
He'll put one of my songs on and play it in the CD, and they just continue to pray. That's why I'm like, hey man, you can't. I mean, the musicians are needed, but you can't. Certain of them, you can't give them that much power, man.
Yeah, you have to stay level. Have to stay level, man, and you stay humble. As long as you stay humble, God can use you. And that's the bottom line. Well, Keith, it's been real, man.
Man, you know you my brother, Doc, from another mother.
Man,
Anytime, brother.
I appreciate you so much, man. And like I said, we got to get you back in the DMV area. We're gonna do something soon. Have you back here, man? Because every
I
time you
got a
come, you
homework assignment for you. I know what I want, Isaiah.
talk to me.
I want a little go-go track, man.
Okay. I got you. I
Doc,
got you,
when I
man.
was in school, I was an honorary member of Rare Essence and Northeast Groovers.
Woo! Okay.
Look, then it was a rap. Cause like all my
Hey.
boys, we had our little crew. It was 4 of us from New York and 4 was from DC. Man, they introduced me to Chuck Brown. That was it, Doc. I said, this dude done dumped this house, warming up. That's all they kept. Warm me up, Chuck.
Warm me up, Chuck. Yeah. Well, we got.
I was
Hey.
like, Doc, I
Well, Doc,
got to
we need
do a
to.
go-go song, man.
We're gonna put something together for you, man.
That's
Because
your
if you're gonna,
assignment.
because if you're gonna do it, we want you to do it right. We want you to do it the DC way.
Oh, yeah. I'm talking about straight up. It was
Yes,
simple.
sir. I got. Okay, so Dr. Evans, you have anything else for Keith?
Oh man, I'm just loving it, man. This is y'all time, man. Just to be over the network. I want to see a great battle, man. Keith been out there so long, man. We gotta have a battle with him, man, so the whole world can see, man. His music is so awesome. Everybody needs to get his music. It's so smooth, it's so good.
Keith, I'm
You
telling
know,
you.
it's first class. I love quartet. I grew up on quartet. My mom and pops was quartet lovers, and you keeping it alive, man.
But see, one thing. Well, let me say this, Dad, about Keith. Even though he might consider himself a quartet singer, his 6 songs reach no matter what genre you like. It's not just quartet.
Right.
Like, I mean, this guy has songs that no matter what genre you in, you can enjoy the music. Like whether I was a quartet guy or not, I fell in love with his music. It didn't matter whether it was quartet or not. This guy just got a song, no matter what you like, he got one for you.
Yeah, and I love, Keith, because the person he is, man, after the concert, man. And like I said, I met a lot of people at the Bobby Jones gospel program. I've been to the Stellar Awards, and this cat got so many Stellars, man, can't even sit on the shelf anymore.
I honestly don't know. I don't know how many Stellas he has.
Man,
All I know is whatever I got, you can triple that. That's how many he got.
I had so many people wanting to come on today when you were talking about him, man. And, I want to give a shout out to you too, Donnell, because you're the one who had favor with Keith Wonderboy Johnson to come on today, man. You put it together, and everybody out there knows your connection made this happen. And Pastor Bowie and a lot of people say, man, I gotta come on and say hi to my boy Keith Wonderboy Johnson. And so many people. We got to bring him on for something else, man, because there's millions of fans around DC who love him so much, man. Maybe we can have a virtual concert, bring him on the PIC TV network, and do a virtual concert. How about that, Pastor Donnell?
I think we can make that happen, man. We can make that happen.
Yeah,
I would thoroughly enjoy that.
He's ready, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can do it. He'll do it, man. He's one of the hardest working men in business.
I feel it. Man.
It's good when you friends with people like Isaiah. So. My dad said when you always when you can't do it, you gotta be friends with the talented one. You gotta know the people that got talent, man.
Well, I tell you what, Keith, we got to bring you back to the DMV area, man.
Let's make it happen, man. And go and work on that homework assignment, bro.
Okay, I got you. I got some stuff for you.
Yeah, maybe we can get a part 2 of this, man, and we can bring some music back on. I'm gonna try to see if we can do a part 2 Down there, we play some of the music tracks and some of the music from both of you, man, and do some virtual music while we on talking to you.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
sir. Yes.
said I'm thankful
Yeah.
for my boys though. And there are people like you that was genuine that didn't expose me back then, man.
Wow.
Speaking of Be
Wow.
Right, the inside cover
Yeah.
Be Right, man. When I got
Yeah.
introduced to DC, man, it blew my mind, doc. I was DC down on that inside cover. I had my koozie on, my black Levi 501s
Yeah.
with my Durango boots, man.
Oh man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Yeah, Doc.
My
Keith.
boy, see, all my boys from school was either ones I was tight with, they was either from DC or PG. So it's part of
Wow.
DC that and the DMV area that go around that will always be with me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're gonna well, Dr. Evans, let's try to figure out how we're gonna get Keith back down here, man. And
Let's
we
do it.
got a lot of stuff coming up that we can get Keith involved in, man. But definitely, man, we got to get him.
Yeah, you know, you got the television network down there. You over the PIC TV network, Music Room channel, and the Music World channel. You can get him on, man, and bring him. Millions of people can check him out. We love to have a virtual concert right for him.
Man,
Yeah.
that'd be awesome. Long as
Yeah,
he do
Just let everybody know
my song.
you can
yeah.
find any of my music on all digital outlets. Just put in Keith Wonderboy Johnson. It'll pop right up. Instagram, holla at me at Keith Wonderboy Johnson, at Keith Wonderboy Johnson. Facebook is at Keith Wonderboy Johnson. And Twitter is at Keith Wonderboy J. Just holla at me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And as long as he do my song when he come, I'll be good.
Oh, that's not a problem. We like to
I
do a
never
remake.
would have made it.
For sure.
That's my number one. That's my number one. All right. Well, Keith, we're gonna let you go, man.
All right, man. Y'all stay
I
safe,
appreciate you,
man.
man. All right, love you, Doc. We'll talk soon.
No doubt.
All righty. Keith Wonderboy Johnson.
Hey, Donnell. Yeah.
God's grace down here. I don't know where Jesus listen him when I took my last all my money's been gone. I don't know.
You know, Johnny, it was just amazing, man, to have him on tonight. Man, I wanted to thank you for bringing him in. You know, that was just an awesome interview, man.
We're gonna see if we can do a spotlight like at least once a week.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. Yeah, that was awesome. We still live. You know, people out there watching right now.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I'm just excited. You know, I was just happy that Isaiah Thomas brought Keith Wonderboy Johnson to the stage tonight. And those who are watching around the world on the PIC TV network, those who are watching on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, you know, man, I'm just excited, man. You know, you call us, I'm gonna get them on. You say I'm gonna get Ernest Pugh on. You call so many artists, Linda Washington. You call so many people, you know, and this is why I was been trying to catch you for the last 6 months to tell you we got a channel for you on the PIC TV network, man. My godson, I'm gonna let my hair down there, y'all. I'm gonna let my hair down. I've been trying to track my godson for 6 months. I said, Isaiah, we got a PIC TV network, man. He said, Dad, I'm coming. Yeah. And when you turned it on down there, how did you feel, Isaiah? How did you feel when you first?
When I saw the channel, and you said, son, look at look at the name on it, and it said Isaiah Thomas Music Room. Man, I was speechless. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. I mean, it's just an incredible opportunity, a platform to minister, just another level of ministry. And I'm grateful to you for trusting me, giving me the opportunity to express our music and to talk to artists. This is something that I've always wanted to do. People that know me know that when you remember the radio station 1580.
Yeah.
Remember it was 1580 before 104 came into play. I had a segment on this show called The Producer's Corner. And I would every day we would talk about the music business from a producer's perspective. And I started going to, malls and different churches, and people would stop me everywhere and say, "Man, we heard your producer's corner today. Man, we were really blessed by that." And I'm going to contact. I'm going to get my publishing stuff together, man, because I listened to your show, and I didn't even realize the impact that was having on the DMV area. And so that's always been a dream, to be able to talk to artists and to share the music business and to share the good and the bad and to bring artists together. So, Dad, I want to thank you for this amazing opportunity to minister on this level. I think it's an amazing platform, and you ain't seen nothing yet because we want to do a spotlight at least once a week. We want to bring in a national artist like we did. We bring in Stellar Award winners, and we want to keep it going and keep building it up. And we're just so grateful for this opportunity and this platform to minister to the world.
Yeah, Isaiah, when you talk about Keith Wonderboy Johnson, man, I don't think people know how big he is, man. When, talk about,
you don't really know, because the guy's so down to earth. If you're just talking to him, he's not even the type of dude that'll tell you this stuff. Like, to this day, I don't even know all his accolades, because he's not the type of guy that would that broadcast stuff that he's won and accomplishments he's had. He's just that type of guy. But when you go to the Grammys and the Doves, and I remember I was privileged to present at the Dove Awards, and the Dove Awards is interesting because it's different backgrounds, different cultures, and it's just not Black America, but you have also Caucasian praise and worship, and those artists come together, and it's really amazing to see. And even in those arenas, Keith Wonderboy Johnson is like an icon, and I'm like, you talking about Keith? I know him. That's my guy. And he don't broadcast his stuff like that. His gift has literally made room for him. But a lot of times you don't know until you go to the Stellars or to the Doves or to the Grammys, who this guy really is. And trust me, you go to the Stellar Awards, if you don't know who he is, you will know who he is, because you'll get tired of him going up there getting Stellars for just about everything there is to win an award for. God has just truly blessed him and blessed his life and blessed his ministry. And it's just an honor and privilege to know Keith Wonderboy.
I mean, to have you to hook this up so fast, it was just amazing, man. We said let's get him, and you got him on. Talk about the battles and how many more artists you're talking about, Ernest Pugh and others.
Yeah, well, Ernest Pugh, we want to get Ernest Pugh. By the way, congratulations to Ernest Pugh. He's just started his ministry, and so he's now Pastor Ernest Pugh, and we're so grateful to what God is doing in his life. And also J.J. Harrison, also from the in the area now. We want to get Pastor J.J. on, and Ernest, and we want to go down the line. Pastor Stephen Hurd. These are all personal friends of mine, not just friends in the industry, but also friends that we've come up together in music. And so we're going to go down the line. We're going to get everybody in here, and hopefully they can share something, an experience or a story, or something that would help an upcoming artist or someone who's wants to be a songwriter or producer. Hopefully something will be said that will encourage and strengthen and give you the encouragement and the strength that you need to move your music or your ministry to the next level. And so that's the purpose of why we are getting these national recording artists and award-winning artists on the show.
Yeah, it's amazing. Again, when I see where you come from, and being playing for us since you was like 16 years old on
Before 16, yeah.
319 T Street Northeast, and
I
Dad.
will never forget.
And those were the days, man.
Oh,
And
man.
now you being modest down there, but you helped so many churches, and Stephen and your son there in California with the stars doing great
Oh,
things.
man, Steve doing his thing.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is. It's a blessing just to see with so many of the pastors' children, like Steve Evans, and even look at Amos. Look how he's coming up in his craft, and he's doing this thing in such a big way. My sons, Isaiah is out in Louisville, Kentucky, preaching and playing the drums, and also my middle son is minister of music in Baltimore with Pastor Andre Nash, and then my youngest son Mikey is in Los Angeles, California, producing everybody. So we're grateful to God. We come up when I was when I couldn't play, when I was playing some of those songs in the wrong key. My godfather, Dr. David Evans, told me I was doing a good job, and he encouraged me and encouraged me to keep playing and keep going. And so he's one of the reasons why I'm still in the music today, because we started at a young age. I mean, he said 16, but really, I think I was going over to T Street when I was probably about 14, 15 years old, and playing for my goddad, man. And those were the days. And I'm just so grateful that God has reconnected us, and now we're doing this for the Lord, and I believe God is pleased.
When you hear about the 60 channels on the PIC TV network down there, how do you feel when you hear about our channels on our own TV network?
I think it's like I said, it's just a platform, a national platform that is just it's an amazing opportunity. I think the last we were talking about, Roku has over 50 million active subscribers, and so that's a major opportunity, and that's something that we can't take for granted. And that's why we want to bring you the best of the best. That's why we want to bring you quality music and quality videos and quality artists from all around this world, because of the multitude of people that can tune in to this. And so, again, it's just a major platform. And I made one error. Also, my stepson, Kendall Thomas, is also a musician. He's only 16 years old, and he just started driving. So pray my strength in the Lord. But he's also a musician, and he is a songwriter. And so I am so grateful. He is the one who produced my background and all this stuff you see. Kendall did all of that, and we're so gratefully proud of him. Kendall Thomas, I failed to mention him earlier.
Your wife, you got to give a shout out to your wife, man.
Absolutely, because she is watching. Yes, I give a special shout out to Evangelist Natalie R. Thomas. She is my wife, and I'm so grateful to God for my sweetie pie. And she said she was going to lay down. She had a little headache earlier, but we believe that God is going to touch her body, and so she's taking it easy. But she is watching us on TV, and I just want to give a shout out to her. She's just a blessing. She's my gift, and I'm so grateful that God has given her to me.
Hey, thank you for not forgetting me, Don. Now, I'll ask you when you grow up, man, and you've been all over the world, Stellar Awards and everything. You haven't forgotten about God, and you bring it back home, man. You bring it right back to the PIC TV network. What a
Yes.
blessing!
To God be the glory, Dad. We're so excited. This is just the beginning. We have major plans for the rest of this calendar year and even going into 2021. And you just got to be ready and stay tuned in as we have some exciting major events coming our way for the PIC TV network. We are super excited.
Yes, sir. Hey, everybody watching PIC TV network. We're gonna come back with part 2 after this. And Isaiah Thomas, he is over the music room channel on the PIC TV network. And you said something about Amos Evans. He has a new project out too.
Yeah.
We're just excited about his. And
we're so proud of Amos. Oh my goodness! Can we take a minute and just talk about Amos?
Yeah, we're gonna take. Let's hear one of his new little lyrics project, then we come back.
Wonderful.
We've all been hurt at some point, even abandoned. Many of us have done the hurting ourselves. We get to the point where we don't trust anyone, nor do we feel worthy of being loved by anyone. Then there's that one person who just doesn't give up on loving you. Their love is unconditional. Their love stays long enough for you to heal. And then they promise to never leave. That's love you can count on. God's love.
Yeah, I know you want to take it from there, Donnell. We can take it. Man, we got to hear that one more time, man. That was just, did you hear the strings in there?
We've all been hurt at some point,
mature sound.
even abandoned. Many of us have done the hurting ourselves. We get to the point where we don't trust anyone, nor do we feel worthy of being loved by anyone. Then there's that one person who just doesn't give up on loving you. Their love is unconditional. Their love stays long enough for you to heal. And then they promise to never leave. That's love you can count on. God's love.
I know you felt it, man. I know you felt that.
Oh my goodness. Can I let me say this, Dad, when back when DJ, my oldest son, was in high school, and he said, Dad, I got something, man. I got something I need you to hear, man. You got to check this out, man. He played this record, and I was like, that's hot, man. And who is that? And he told me way back then, he said, man, that's just this young artist. You know his dad. And I said, I do? He said, yeah, man, this young artist I'm working with, man, I played the drums on the record, and it was for Amos Evans. And I was like, wow, man, this guy, he got it, man. He is amazing. And I've just watched him every time he's come out with something else. He lift up the bar. He lift up the bar. Now when you hear that, man, this guy has such a mature sound. It's hard to believe that he's as young as he is producing music like that. That's amazing. And the sky is the limit for that young man. He is he off the chain, man. I'm so proud. I'm so proud and happy for him.
Remember when he was born, man. Yeah, him and Steven, and I was like, but they were listening to you when they were growing up, man, and then all of a sudden they just came into their own zone, and
Yes.
and it's just touched the world with their music, man. And you never know. But had you ever thought about, Isaiah, that you would be over a television network channel 24/7, 7 days a week? Matter of fact, too, the Music World channel You
Yeah.
got people from all over the world, top artists around the world.
Yeah.
And then you have the Music Room channel. You just had Brother Boone on. He was on. Oh man, that song just blew me
Peter
away.
Boone doing this thing, man. Been
Oh
doing this thing
man.
in a major way. We got Beverly Johnson
Yep.
did her premiere video. Honestly, Dr. Evans, no, I had no idea that. I just know this is what I wanted to do, but I had no idea that this would be a reality like this. And to God be the glory, for everything that He's doing. But again, it's just an amazing platform, and we want to take full advantage of this platform. Yeah.
Yeah. To be able to be on with 60 channels, people often come up to me and say, Dr. Evans, you got a better start than Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry because you have to work your audience. I was like, I'm just humble, man. I'm just like,
that's true.
To God be the glory. They keep telling me all of these accolades about the network, man. I'm just like, to God be the glory, because I'm just like, not me. I'm not smart enough to build a television network in the midst of a pandemic. And we got music, we have comedy, we got talk shows, we have all the everything you can want to is on the PIC TV network.
Yeah.
And when we talked about the music battles, man, I was like, man, we already looking at where we're going to host it, how we're going to put it together. Yep. And we started off with Keith Wonderboy Johnson being on tonight. This is big. People are blowing us up on Facebook and YouTube right now, man. People still blowing up. Man, you got him on just like that.
And it's going to be huge. I mean, it's really going to be huge, and it just goes to show that God had to put this in your lap, Dr. Evans, because you would know what to do with this platform. And so it's important that you have it, because everybody wouldn't really know how to handle this. I mean, 60 channels?
Yeah.
That's huge. And I mean, if unless you tell somebody, nobody would never know, because you don't even carry it like with all the big things that you're doing. And I mean, and I know you're going to remain humble, but I mean, the reality is this is huge. This is great, man. And you still carry it like, hey, you're the same Godfather I knew when you came and laid hands on my son when he was just born, when he was an infant born, and you came and laid hands on him, and you told me my son was going to be something. You're the same guy. That was 30 years ago.
Yeah. And I guess, when you get to in your 50s, and God allow you to see so much and so many things go on, you just want to just pass it on, man. I came into this world to make the world a better place, and it is happening through my son Stephen and Amos, and my wife. Got to give a shout out to
absolutely, yeah,
the great co-pastor Yvette Evans.
Yeah, co-pastor.
And I just got to send a shout out to your dad in heaven and mom.
Oh,
because
man.
I remember he would call me. I mean, I could call him at 6 o'clock and say, I need you at 7:30. He'd come down T Street and preach.
Yeah.
One of those sermons, man, a golden message he preached, wise men still seek him. Wise men still seek him.
Yeah. And you know what? I was reflecting a few minutes ago, and I was just thinking that even back then, when I was a teenager playing for the church, playing for you, you always been into video.
Yeah.
I remember I was 14, 15 years old, and you was back there in the back on the video camera. Where the pastor at? Oh, he's on the camera. So this is always, can you tell us about, is this really your passion and how it became your passion? And because you've been doing this a long time.
Yeah. I mean, when you go back, I have to go back to 1983, when I preached my trial sermon at Greater Mount Calvary. It was really 1982 because I graduated in 1981 from Cardozo. Okay. When I joined Greater Mount Calvary,
Cardozo.
Yeah, and on Park Road, they didn't have a audio, they didn't have a video, so I rented a Beta camera and recorded the services on Beta.
That was the format back then, Beta.
Yeah, and then we had cassette tapes. and Alvin Owens, Bishop Owens' brother, he was running the PA ministry back in that day. And then I said, we need to take the tapes and put them out there in the vestibule so people can see it when they walk out. So you right, I always had a niche for it, man. And then I was working at DCTV as a review tech, and I would review 8 hours in one little room for lighting, for audio, for video, for wording, and I would pass television shows to play or air. If I pass it, it plays. If I didn't pass it, it didn't air. So God was developing me way back in the 80s and early 90s. You know, I was on the television. I did like 125 shows on DC cable, Spirit of Fellowship. Every 365,000 people were on every Sunday night. Wow. Watching me. Yep, the Spirit of Fellowship. And then I was on WYCB back in the days. The Midnight Jubilee would come on 12 midnight. And so all that time, God was like developing me and preparing me for 2020 and 2021 to have the PIC TV network. And now I knew once I would get in touch with you and you would see this. Because that's why I was tracking you down for 6 months, man. I was like, I had a warrant out for you for your arrest, man. I said, I got to get my God, so I got the channel for you.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you saw it, man, you begin to bring people in, bring funds in, revenue, man, contractors in, people coming on the network. And we're not even 6 months old. We're brand new. We're brand spanking new. I said, just think about where we're going to be 2 or 3 years from now.
Whew. I can see it.
I mean, and then for all of those musicians you know out there, Isaiah, who's watching right now, we have a pay-per-view channel. We have an on-demand channel. Suppose they want to do a concert, and they want to do a virtual concert, and they need to have some people to pay for the. We have our own pay-per-view, man. Matter of fact, you on it.
That is huge. That is huge.
Yeah. See this stadium we behind down there? See that stadium?
Yeah.
That stadium can be filled with those people watching virtually. So it's a new day, man. And I'm excited to be alive in 2021. And those who are watching the Music Room channel, you got to watch this Music Room channel by Isaiah Thomas and the Music World channel.
Yes, 1016.
And you know, we're getting ready for some top battles. I can't wait, man. I got my Alexa here right now, man. I can't wait for these battles to pop up, bro.
Yeah, we need to do a poll and ask the people, who do they want to see?
Okay.
Who do they want to see?
Okay.
You know, gospel, whatever the genre is, what type of battles they want to see. I think that's interesting to know. If we can get a poll and just see who do y'all want to see do versus do a battle, and we will put it together. Yeah. I think that's a good poll question, Dad. Put out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make that happen.
Yeah, man, and we got enough talent. In the DMV area, we can start right here. You know, we got a lot of people don't, realize we have Stellar Award, Grammy Award-winning, Dove Award-winning artists right here in the DMV area. You know, right here. So we have enough artists to start to get some good battles going in all kingdoms.
Yeah. Is that y'all right there, Donna? Someone drop your key in there.
Yeah, I know that's John somewhere in there.
Yeah. See, we can use Alexa to play the music for us. All we gotta do is ask her. She gonna do it.
She'll play it?
Uh-huh.
Say Isaiah Thomas in there.
Alexa, play Isaiah Thomas in the Elements of Praise. She got a music channel for your music station.
Thomas and Elements of Praise Radio from Pandora.
She does. She's doing like a music channel for you guys, because when people ask for Alexa, Isaiah Thomas and Elements of Praise, it goes into your music channel, so you'll be on all day, man, with music artists around the world. Yeah,
that is awesome, man.
Yeah, man. This is one of the tools we're gonna be using, man, for our music battles, man. We can have it right here.
That's gonna be hot.
Man, we got another. I was trying to show you. We got a 5-star microphone. Let me see if I can get it over here. A 5-star directional microphone that we can hook up. So when I hook this up, you in the studio right here. When I hook this up, you in the studio. It sounds like you recording from your studio. So I hook this up.
That looks like a very expensive mic.
Yeah.
It looks very expensive.
Yeah, we blessed. So we hook this up and play the music, man. It's just going to be amazing. I'm excited because of the fact that our relationship goes over 30 years. I watched the kids grow up.
Yes, sir.
And I feel like we are at a place that we can give something back now after the years you put into music. And everybody got to get Isaiah Thomas music, Elements of Praise. It's still hot. It's still good. Stellar Award winner right here from DC. This is our very own. I will bless the Lord. Maybe I asked Alexis, can she play that? It's so hot. So your music's so hot, man. They tried to throw us off of YouTube, man. It's so burning up, man. YouTube and Facebook couldn't even handle it.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Hey, man, it's too hot.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand in the music world, in the media world, I'm sorry, Isaiah, that music is so big now, and with the music industry and the algorithms and the computer age that we in now, they're gonna block a lot of your music on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. They're gonna block it, even though you're the artist. They're still not gonna let you play it. They're gonna take it off. But the PIC TV network, Isaiah, and on your channel,
it's the platform.
They can't block it.
That's why y'all got to come on over here. Come on over. Come on. Where the table is spread.
Yes, sir. And let everybody know to Isaiah, we're not only a gospel Christian broadcast, man. You have an R&B artist, man. You got instrumental. Right. You got people who not in church but still got a gift from God. Because the music goes. You got R&B artists. You got
jazz,
artists.
Jazz.
You got jazz.
Yeah, blues. All the time. We respect all the genres.
Mm-hmm.
We even gonna have some classical going on up in here. We're gonna have it all.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna, because we musicians first, and so we're gonna respect the genre. No matter what the genre is, we're gonna play it all.
Yeah, and I think we have put ourselves in this little bubble, in this little box, in this little room, and shut the door. But when the world has a battle, a music battle, and you see somebody like the Isley Brothers and Earth, Wind and Fire come on, or one of the other R&B artists, they get millions, Isaiah. Not hundreds of thousands, but millions in one night.
Yep.
One night. Millions of people tune in.
But again, it goes back to, it had to be placed in your hands, because God knew you would think outside the bubble. That even though you are a pastor, even though you have a church, even though we know your call, your assignment, you still have a thinking that is outside of the bubble to reach the masses. Everybody can't handle this. And that's why the assignment was given to you, Dad.
Yeah, well, I believe like we stated, man, when you got 60 channels, and Isaiah, we're really reaching people in Brazil, France, Argentina, Nicaragua, United States, Colombia, Mexico.
Yeah,
Germany, Panama, Ireland. While you sleep, that's why we have your station channel on 24/7, 7 days a week. Chile, Peru, and the rest of the world. Like you said, we can't discriminate. We have to be able to be open to let people hear music. Music is big, man.
Universal. That's right.
I know you've been on the stage, man, with some people from around the world, man.
Dad, I had the pleasure of ministering in Zurich, Switzerland.
Wow.
And watch this, Dad. From the time that we got off the plane to the time we went to the hotel to the time we went to the church, we had a person with us to translate everything that we wanted to say. They would translate it to their language, where we were in Zurich. And guess what? We had a translator at the airport. We had a translator at the hotel. We had a translator at the church. We had a translator at the restaurant, all these places. But when we came time for us to sing, there was no translator.
That's big, man.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
And when we started singing praises unto God, there were no translator. They were singing the same thing we were singing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Music is a universal language. It does not matter your background. It does not matter where you come from. Music is a universal language.
Yeah, and you can also still get your message in, you know, like somebody may be on the PIC TV network right now looking at one of the comedy channels or looking at the movie channel, and they want to surf and go through your music channel. They can still get the inspiration. They still can get the message. They can still get the encouragement that that they need, you know, because again, when you have 60 channels, you have to reach people from internationally, you know. So our music has to go beyond, you know, the hymn book, you know.
Right.
I love the hymn. Ain't nothing like the hymn. They're gonna always be my favorite, but we got to know that there's more than one station on the radio.
That's right.
You know, so if we're gonna reach all these people, we have to open it up. And again, to musicians who watching, you may be a bass player or organ player, you may be a trumpet, you may be a soloist. We had the bass guy on with the bass man. He was on the show down there playing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
You know, so you know we can't allow the world to take everybody, and we have nothing because they say, "Man, it's so boring over there. Why should I go over there? Ain't nothing going on over there. It's popping over here."
Right.
You know, so we want the PIC TV network to be popping. Want people to come and watch the channels and the shows and the programs. And you know, Isaiah Thomas is over the music channel and the music world channel. These two channels are just amazing. You know, he already made history tonight by bringing Keith Wonderboy Johnson on. Wow. And man, I can't wait till we bring him back on to play some of his videos while y'all talking, and we're gonna play some of your songs.
Oh man, yes, sir.
Yeah, it's gonna be big, and we I mean, this was something, Isaiah, you just kind of like made a call yesterday in 24 hours. Say, I want to keep Wonderboy John. Just thinking we had a 3 or 4 weeks to market this, 3 or 4 weeks to put it out there on social media, 3 or 4 weeks to put it out there and blow it up. It'll be hundreds of thousands of people checking it on it, you know.
Well, that's why we want to do the spotlight. That's why we want to continue the spotlight so that we can, so that people can know, hey, every week we need to get ready because we don't know. Ain't no telling. You never know who will be on our spotlight. Mm-hmm. So you got to tune in to find out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, everybody, you're watching the Music Room channel with Isaiah Thomas on the PIC TV network. And those who are watching us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook Live, all of our friends all over the world, United Kingdom, Colombia, Mexico, Guatemala. You just saw the world famous Keith Wonderboy Johnson on. Woo! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we just excited about his gift to the whole world. And again, I can't say thank you enough to my godson for bringing him on tonight. And man, it's just amazing to have him on. And I'm telling you, I was just like I was saying, I was singing this song all the way home. But you're a musician, Isaiah. But when he started playing these chords, man, I was just feeling the groove.
Yeah.
I was feeling the groove, man. When the keyboard was playing those chords, I just want to be right.
And you know what, Dad? When I had him here in concert, I kept noticing he kept looking at the drummer.
Wow.
And I was trying to figure out, was the drum okay? I know he playing the song right. But now, when we interviewed him tonight, I realized that he started on the drums.
Yep.
So that was very natural to him. So he always makes sure that drum is holding that pocket because that's what he plays. That's his instrument.
Yeah.
So that one makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because Steven is a drummer too, man. So
Man,
what's up, Steven?
I think we all started on the drums, but
yeah, you did too.
But unlike Stephen Evans, he stayed there and perfected that thing, and we kind of went left with it. So
yeah, man, it was amazing. Hey, man, we got to come back and do this again. Yeah. And y'all who watching, go to the PIC TV network. 24 hours.
Network.
You on. We can't wait. Next week is going to be a brand new artist.
We got a new artist coming next week. Tune in.
Thank you. So long, everybody. That's church right there.
That's a drive.
That's quartet right there. In the pocket. That's quartet right there.
Yes, sir.
So I'm starting to feel good.
You know they was feeling it in there down there. No, they had to be feeling it in there, man. I mean, in that setting, it was nothing but good vibes, man. The whole time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was good. That was good.
That was good. Hey, everybody.
Better and better and better.
Yes, sir. Hey, everybody. Thank you for your time. We're gonna see y'all next week. Boom, and don't forget to check out the PIC TV network.
PIC TV network.